BMWs have a common problem, whereas the shifter knobs have a tendency to chip, thus becoming extremely unsightly over time. This affects a number of BMW models. These shifter knobs are expensive to replace, both in parts as well as the charges for labor. As an alternative, consider recovering or even better, resurfacing the affected section of the knob in order to improve upon its appearance. There are several options to consider. You may cover the knob with leather in order to match the side surfaces. Purchase a false carbon fiber-like material to use, or just remove the current surface in order to reveal the bright chrome finish that exists beneath. This video will cover the process of revealing the attractive chrome surface found beneath the original equipped factory shift knob. Now, to work with the shift knob, you're going to have to remove it. And the first step to that is to get the shifter into a position where you have some leverage. To do that, you want to place the transmission into the neutral position. So you're going to turn on the key. Place the transmission into neutral. Next, you're going to remove the frame that's around the shift knob. And you can do this simply by placing your finger on the edge, inside edge, and pulling up on it. And that will remove it. The next step is you're going to remove the cable, the electrical cable, from the frame. And that's important. You don't want to pull the shift knob up until that cable is disengaged. In this case, you can see that it's yellow. So you can remove the wiring harness from that cable that connects it to the frame here. In addition to the yellow cable, you have another cable that's on the top left corner that needs to be removed. And once those cables are removed, you'll be in position to pull up on the shifter in order to remove the entire knob as well as the housing. Now, prior to removing the shifter knob, the first thing you'll want to do is to disconnect the negative side of the battery. There are several electrical cables that you'll need to remove from the bottom of the housing here, and you don't want to do that until the battery is disconnected, just as a precaution. To remove the battery terminal, you'll want to use a 10mm socket, and you'll want to place the terminal into position so that it doesn't reground itself on the metal frame. And the best way to do that is to wrap it in a thick towel with a piece of tape or a rubber band around it. That's important because you still have the positive side of the battery connected, and you don't want the negative side to ground itself anywhere. These cars have very sensitive electronics, so it's better to be safe than sorry. Now, to remove the connector on the right side, you're going to simply, but carefully, pull back toward the front of the engine to slide the connector off. So you don't want to pull down. Be sure to pull straight back toward the front of the engine compartment to remove it. And this is what it looks like. It slides into the harness On the left side of the harness, you have two additional connectors, a white connector and a red connector. And for those, you're going to pull straight down. Now, I recommend that you use a needle nose pliers and don't put too much pressure on these connectors. You're going to place the needle nose pliers on the connector. You're going to hold the frame with one hand and sort of wedge it downward with the plier. And that should do the trick. Be patient and be careful. You don't want to break these connectors.